Hello and welcome, guys. Welcome to Unapologetic Live. I'm your host, Amala Banobi. Taylor's in the building. What's up, Taylor? And today we have a special guest on the show. So this girl, I feel like, is truly unapologetic. Like, she should have the name of my show because I see her videos on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, and she leaves no crumbs. I mean, she is straightforward. She's honest. She tells you the truth, and she does not care what you think. Alex Pierce.
Pretty much. Yes. Hi. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, of course. Thank you for being on.
Thank you.
So I see your videos all the time, like I said. My first introduction to you, I'm actually like a new viewer of yours. I saw you on TikTok and you're under the moniker HRH Collection. You have quite a huge cult following because you just go at it and say exactly what you think.
Right.
Is this something that you've always done? Has this always been your personality?
I think it has always been my personality, but I've always, been like in the beginning, I was the calm, sweet, typical YouTuber girl. Then, it's like the longer you're on the internet, the more crap you have to deal with.
Right.
And you kind of just get over it. And then I kind of started saying a little bit more here and there. And now I'm just full blown, like, I don't care. I'm actually just going to be myself because people love it. And, it works. And I love not hiding, and I love just to say what I want to say. And people, they want to say it as well. They want to say what they feel as well, but they're just too scared. And they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you actually said that. I feel the same way. But yeah, so they love it. So whatever, good.
I feel like there's this new space opening up on the internet of people who are just, first of all, anti-woke and not afraid to say it because
it's just too much. It's gotten to be way too much.
It is. And so many people are scared to say that. So when you meet somebody, especially because you're in that white female category, the group that's not supposed to say anything at all.
Right.
And they hear you say it.
We're supposed to say only what's woke. The only thing we're allowed to believe is what's like the total clown world version of everything. Is what we have to think.
Exactly. You could be any gender and there's 1,000 of them. You get triple vaccinated and still wear your double mask.
Yeah.
So what was the first instance where you're like, you know what? Because I know you have to like tread lightly on these things. You know what? I'm going to go against it and I'm going to say something.
Right. Well, I've always, been very opinionated, always. But I haven't actually shown that. In the beginning, I wasn't showing that. Then when COVID happened, it was just such a huge, like, what the heck is going on here? From day one, I didn't buy it. Like, I didn't buy how everyone was so scared of it. And I hated they were shutting everything down. I could not believe people were just like being sheep and following along and shutting their businesses down and losing their livelihoods. And to be honest, I listen to all different kinds of radio talk show hosts, news, outlets, things like that. But Dennis is someone I always listen to. No one knows that. He's like someone that I have so much respect for. And there's a reason I'm not cussing today on here because I know he would hate that.
You're welcome, Dennis.
Yeah. But I remember in the very beginning of COVID, he said on his radio show, you guys need to start speaking up now about this and you will be rewarded. And it clicked and I was like, you know what? He's right. I know if I do the right thing and start saying something about this so people wake up, I will be rewarded. And I'm telling you right now, this was a huge decision for me to do that because I could have lost 50% of I have a jewelry line. I could have lost 50% of my customers. In fact, the business has grown so much ever since I've started speaking out about what is right and what I think is right personally and the truth. And people, a lot of them, they agree. And even if they don't agree, they like that I am being real. But it's a testament to Dennis. And when he said those words, I was like, he's right. I need to do the right thing and speak out. I have an audience. They need to know the truth. This is not right what's going on.
Right. And I feel like that moment comes for everybody at some point where things just get a little too crazy and you're getting directly affected by it.
Right.
You're like, I cannot deal with this anymore. Yeah. And for me, Dennis was a major factor in me waking up from my radical leftism and seeing him. So he's just America's grandpa, as I call him.
He really is.
He's literally getting into so many households.
I'm admitting that I'm like, a lot of people were like, oh, where? Because I would be looking and doing Insta story about me being at a book signing or somewhere. Like, where is she? I never admitted where I was, but it was a Dennis Prager event. Yeah, he is like, my grandpa, of course. He just speaks the truth, and I have so much respect for him. And I don't know why he gets hate. Well, why do I get hate? I don't know.
Right. Truth brings hate. It really does.
Yes.
People aren't ready to accept it. But something I've noticed about you is despite, people coming after you, the woke left coming after you, social media platforms coming after you. We just talked about this before starting the show today, that your Instagram just got taken down.
It did.
All because
I posted an album, and on the 5th picture, it was a picture of a small little Glock that I bought. And then I got a notification saying that because of guns or animals, which obviously was a gun, your platform or whatever, your page has been shut down. Like, really? Because I purchased a Glock?
It's so
it makes
ridiculous.
no sense. So now this is my 4th Instagram account. They shut me down all the time. I'm on their radar. I can't do anything, literally, that's maybe going to piss the left off without getting completely deplatformed.
Yeah, and it's amazing. I mean, but something that's so cool about your brand is that it sort of exists beyond itself. You're off of all these platforms, but I search
They think that they're getting me. The trolls are Instagram, and I tell them, if you really want to screw me up, if you really want to affect my bottom line, don't mess with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? The more that you mess with me, the more people are like, she doesn't deserve that. She didn't do anything wrong. Leave her alone. Like, she's just saying what we think or what she thinks,
Right.
And yeah, so it's actually the trolls and the people that are trying to bring me down that are propelling my success.
It is absolutely right. I'll go on TikTok, right? You search up this girl's name, and I encourage you all to go and do it. Yeah. All these trolls posting videos. I'm talking 3 seconds of her talking, 500,000 views, 500,000 likes on it. People going to your website, people checking out the jewelry collection.
Yeah, and I can't post those. I can't post those videos. I can't post those clips. The moment I post myself, I get deplatformed.
Right.
But the trolls can repost them, and they're fine.
You've got your own employees.
Yeah, I do. I say they do my PR for free. It's true. It's so funny.
Now we're gonna move into the subject matter of today's episode, which is dating advice. I feel like for somebody so straightforward, so honest,
especially because I have experience. I'm actually 38 years old, and this is my 2nd marriage,
which shocked me. By the way, when I heard you were 38 years old, I was like, "There's no way."
I know. Thank you.
I thought you were like,
I get better with age.
24, 25. Blew my mind.
Thanks.
I'm sure you hear it all the time.
Yeah.
Though.
So yeah, I do have experienced youngins. All right. So I will get into it with you.
Yeah. So let's talk before we get into the questions. What's the dating history? What do you want to share with people, just to give yourself a little bit of credibility?
Yeah. No, I was married originally, and it was kind of something where I thought, oh, we should just do it. He seems like he's good on paper, kind of thing. But it wasn't. There was no real connection. We're like brother and sister, and I don't regret it because at that time in my life, I guess it was good for me, just that I was married, and because I wanted to be, but I never had like a love connection. And the guy that I'm married to now, my current husband, we just got married last month.
Congrats.
Like, thank you, is actually like a love connection, and we have the same beliefs. Like he is such an alpha male. And that's what I need in my life, because I can easily just steamroll over anyone. So I can't do that. I need someone who I couldn't do that to.
My theory is with women, like, you have to gauge where your masculinity is and then find a man who's above that.
You have to.
You really do.
He just won't let me go there, which is, I need that. Yeah.
That's how my boyfriend is as well.
Good.
Yeah, you need to find whatever the alpha male is to your gauge.
Right.
Okay, so you guys submitted questions on my Instagram at the Amala Benobi. Where can people follow you on Instagram now that you're
Well,
gone?
as of now, I am the real HRH collection.
Okay, so go follow her.
Please follow me there, because you
got to support our fighters, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so you guys submitted hundreds of dating questions. We don't have time to get to them all, but I tried to get them ones that I saw the most popping up. Here's one from @A_Rincon126. Would you be comfortable with your boyfriend/husband going out solo with a girl who's a friend?
Is she ugly? To be honest, like, if she's uglier than me, I know, but
if there's no chance, go on out.
There's no chance, but still, it's a shady girl. I don't know. I don't think that men should have single women friends. I don't think it's right. Like, why are you doing that? I don't know. I actually do have a really good friend. His name is Ron, which a lot of people know. And so it's like, why can I do that though? And then I wouldn't want my husband to.
Right.
I know my husband, for example, like he would never do anything shady.
Same.
But my previous one, I'm not sure. It's just, I think it depends on your relationship. At the same time, I wouldn't like it.
Right, it's situational, and I think it depends on how the girl acts too. Like, is she trying to befriend you? Does she talk to you when you guys are around?
Yeah.
Because I've certainly met some very shady women who would like try to hang out with your man and your husband and all these things, and then when they see you, there's nothing to say. They're silent. They're quiet. You know.
Yeah.
Little shady little look back and forth.
I don't know. I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's needed.
I don't. It begs the question, like, what are you getting from this girl?
I agree. I'm not 1,000% against it, but
me neither.
I don't think it's healthy for some reason. There's room for error.
Yes. There's certainly girls that I can think of where my boyfriend, I'd be like, oh yeah, go for it. Taylor, give me a male perspective.
I mean, generally, yeah, I'm
You're not
about
trying
it. It's just misguided, unwise.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's not healthy, like
problem.
you said. Yeah.
It's a little freaky. It's a little strange.
Yeah.
Might be a freak.
I agree.
Okay.
There's something up.
Next one here from Texas Red 1992. How do you handle dating somebody who is codependent / clingy? Have you ever had a situation like this?
A man that's clingy and oh god, girl.
I've never been in a situation like that either.
That's
if
weird.
anything,
You've
I've had
got
the
problems.
opposite.
Yeah.
Where you're like, you're a little too independent. I need
exactly.
you to
I've never experienced that.
need something.
Because that's not like a personality trait that I would like.
Right.
Like I would be immediately turned off.
You're like,
that's
I don't
not
want
alpha. That's beta.
No.
No.
So how do you feel about alpha males? Like I'm seeing the alpha male podcasters all over TikTok, the Cobra Tates of the world, and the Fresh
you
and
guys
Fit.
should go look at my Twitter. What I tweeted this morning about betas. Okay, if you really want to laugh. Because on Twitter I kind of just like let loose. Yeah, and what do you mean? What do I?
Do you like the alpha male podcasters? Like, have you seen their videos and things like that?
I don't know. I'm talking about no, I have not.
Okay, so there's like these group of guys who identify as alpha males, and they do like the podcast of like, I need a woman who's gonna cook and clean and all this stuff and whatever, and like I'm allowed to cheat, but she's not allowed to cheat.
No, that is not alpha. Come on, the beginning was like you should want to like take care of your man.
I agree.
Even if like for me, obviously I have my own business. I'm very busy. You know, my own jewelry line. I'm also on the internet, so I'm constantly busy, but I also try to make sure, I do make sure that I am like a woman as well. And like, you know, Susie homemaker, I really do. Like I cook, I keep a nice house. I make sure that he's happy. Like there's just things as a woman you have to do or they will become unhappy. It's like an animal behavior, you know?
And it's something lost on this new generation.
It is, because we're busy as women, but it doesn't matter. We have to take it on or they are going to become unhappy and then we're going to be unhappy as well.
Right. I feel like women are becoming very hyper masculine in this day and age. Like a little too much.
Right.
Like I respect it.
Like the boss babe, like the queen, this and that. Bitch, they don't like that shit. Sorry.
No.
They don't like that.
No, it's okay.
Oh, no.
Dennis.
Get her out of here, security.
I'm texting Dennis as we speak.
Sorry.
Taylor, have you ever dated somebody or had to deal with somebody who's super codependent or clingy?
Yeah, I mean, just generally, it's not an attractive quality, like guys or girls. It's just like, I want to date somebody I have to actually contend with that is an independent human being and not somebody who gets their entire identity by being a barnacle to me.
Yeah.
And so, I had one of those relationships early on and it just was not it.
Yeah.
It's like a desperate feeling, like they're very desperate.
As far as like how you handle that, I mean, you just got to have the conversation, I feel like, and be like, this is not.
No, you just got to move on. There's damage. There's something wrong with
drop.
that. Next. No.
It's like that Twitter trend with all the red flags. Like when he's clingy, red flag, red flag, red flag.
Totally. The red flag. Emoji.
Okay. Well, Alex said, move on, baby.
Yeah,
move on, Texas Red
like
1992. Next, should you date somebody whose politics are pretty much the opposite of yours? From Eli Smith 13.
I could never personally. No way, because I'm like, I have very strong beliefs, like very strong, and I like actually wouldn't respect you. You know what I mean? Like I just couldn't like. No, like if he wore masks and things like that, like, you know, there's things that I just could never deal with.
Especially with men too, like your woman needs to respect you. And if she can't respect your political beliefs.
It's just,
Yeah, for me, there's like certain things. Like I'm okay, there's certain issues where I'm like, okay, I could go either way or you could go either way. It's not going to bother me, but I do have deal breaker issues where if you have a problem with me on that, like if you go for this whole systemic racism narrative and you view me and you're like, because you're black, I think you're a victim. Oh no, bye.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
So like disrespectful.
Yeah, no, you gotta go.
Yeah.
But there's certain things like, okay, I don't really care if you think the government should take care of certain things that I don't think they should take care of, whatever.
Like little things under the umbrella.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll let it slide.
But then it's like, you know, there are like really, I don't know. Like I did actually once date like a very left-wing guy.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, didn't last very long, but he was really intelligent and really like he was really firm in the beliefs. So I respected him for it. You know, I can respect people's opinions. You know, if they're like, intelligent in what they think, even though I don't think it's right. You know, it didn't last very long, obviously. But, you know, I guess as long as it's more the beta thing for me.
That's more of a problem.
Be strong in your convictions, and I can respect you.
If you're going to be soy about it, then don't go for it. Taylor?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can share values. If you don't share values, then it's screwed. But you can disagree on like the finer points of politics, and like you said, the respect factor is huge. Like I kind of like it when my wife and I end up disagreeing on something and we have like an intelligent discussion and back and forth, because I'm like, oh, this is why I married you, because you're a smart person who I can go back and forth with, and you're sharpening me in my arguments. But when it comes to like the deeper things where we just have fundamentally opposed worldviews, that's not going to work.
Yeah, it's just, do you respect them at the end of the day, really?
Yeah, it will just like the way you raise kids and just big things, it won't work in the end.
Which, speaking of that, here's from Celine Gilch. Does dating need to be intentional with every relationship?
Okay, I'm gonna go real crazy on this one.
Go for it.
I have this weird thing where, like, back in the day, people didn't date. You know what I mean? Like, they basically they met through a group, or they met through family, and there wasn't dating back in, like, I don't know when, you know what I mean? They just they got married and they made it work. So I mean, I think dating is a waste of time. I think it causes a lot of drama. I mean, if you have the same values, the same goals, why wouldn't you just get married and make a life together? That's what I really think. Like, why are you guys still working? Like, why has it been so long? Why has it been years? Like, what's going on? There's something weird. The string along thing, like my first relationship, it was like a massive string along. I wanted to get married and he just, you know, didn't. And it was like, you know, he's an LA guy who just, whatever, wanted to take his time in life, whatever. And it's just, that is one of those things where, why? Yeah,
like, take stock and inventory on your relationship. Like, I'm for it. Like, if you get 6 months into dating somebody and you aren't sure if you want to move forward, or they're not sure, bye.
I think so too. I think my whole thing was you get married at a year. Like, you really do. Why do you need longer than a year to get married for? Like, at a year. You should know. Or then you should have left them a while. You're wasting each other's time, and it's rude.
Yes, and it's like so many people are like, oh, well, I don't know how, if you don't know how your man feels, if you don't know how the person you're dating feels, you're not dating the right person for you. And that's just so wild. And I think a lot of people just don't actually take the time to figure out what it is they want out of relationships. So they just go date all these different guys and girls, and then when it doesn't work, they go, oh, well, that's not what I want. Instead of thinking about it before you get into a relationship with somebody. Figure it out, and after 6 months, if you're not willing to move forward,
and I think it's his intention to marry is actually not with a relationship. What? No, it's like you date to marry. You don't date for a relationship. That's already a relationship.
Right. If you want to just mess around and be a F-boy or F-girl or whatever, then do that. But that's not dating.
No.
It's not dating.
Yeah, I think you should date to marry. That's the thing.
100%. Taylor, any disagreeing opinion?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are nailing it. It's just, you should know what you want, because if you don't know what you want before you get into a relationship, then that relationship is just you're going to adapt yourself to that if you're simping for that person, or you're going to end up in this train wreck of a relationship, or just end up in no man's land for a long time and just waste your life.
Exactly.
And so know what you want, and then make sure what the relationship you're in is taking you there.
Oh yeah, like the first guy I dated, it was like 17, never dated anybody before, way older guy, never do that. Big red flag, no. But some people go through it and whatever. But you just like mold yourself to this person who, like, oh, I would never see myself being with you now.
Totally. I know, you
now
look
that
back.
I know what I want.
Oh my gosh, I know.
You're like, why did I waste all that time?
So much time.
Oh. Yep. Okay, next. What's your biggest deal breaker in a relationship?
Oh
from
my
Sleazy
gosh.
D. Sleazy D, by the way. That username. Come on now.
Oh my gosh, I have a lot because I just have a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I know exactly what I want, but I would say, like, the politics, the first thing, like, okay, when I was dating, I don't give a crap. Okay, at a bar, the first thing I would ask, who did you vote for? If it was the wrong thing, then I would be like, okay, this is bye.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. I'm like that up front. And if it wasn't, like, if it was some crazy answer, like Bernie Sanders, I'd be like, okay, bye. Like, I know right away.
But that's all you need to know.
That's all I need to know. Well, then, okay, if you said the right answer, then we can work on something. I can see what maybe, but
Also, if they
That's
like
nice.
match your energy with the directness, you know, like, oh, okay, this is a
the
direct person.
I
They're
mean,
gonna.
It didn't work all the time.
Yeah, may. But if it didn't work, it didn't work. It wasn't meant to work.
Exactly.
I think for me, big deal breaker is like if they're not cheering you on and trying to like match your hustle and see you be successful in the things that you want to do, that can be a real big no. I've been in relationships with people who like did not value ambition, did not value wanting to be more out of life, or just like totally fine with being mediocre.
Right.
And
oh no. Oh, I could never. No mediocrity in my life.
no, just like what's
Absolutely not.
next? What's next?
Yeah,
Let's keep going. And I'm
keep
going
it
to cheer you
moving.
on in whatever you're passionate about. You do the same for me.
Yes.
So deal breaker for me.
Totally.
Tita.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. This are they on your level of your ambition, your intellect, what you're going for in life, and you don't want somebody who's dragging you down, and you want someone who is running at the same speed as you, so that you can challenge them and feed into what they're doing, and they can do the same to you. So.
Yeah. A few more here. Let's see. Okay. From Azairs 12. I like this guy and he likes me,
Stop.
but I don't want to go out with him because he's non-binary.
Duh.
Am I wrong?
Duh. Oh my gosh. Like, what the hell?
Are you kidding me?
Duh.
No.
Obviously not. I have nothing else to say. Duh.
Yeah, I mean, what do you like? I'm sorry, but what do you like about this man who's severely confused?
Yeah. Who's mentally ill?
I'm sure he's maybe nice. I'm sure he might be nice.
No.
But
he needs help. That's weird. And why you're actually weird too for wanting to date him. So. Or even talking to him. As a potential lover. Like, no.
Yeah, I don't know. Did he spring this on you or something like that? Did he like suddenly like you like this guy and suddenly he's like, oh, I feel like I'm non-binary. It's like the new trend.
I'd be immediately turned off.
That might, to answer the last question, that might be my biggest deal breaker. If
Yeah,
a guy came to
totally.
me, it's like my pronouns are they.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, absolutely not. Dried up. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
But yeah, don't you, if you want to be friends with him, I guess, I don't know, but don't date.
Yeah, friends fine.
Friends is fine.
Yeah, friends
oh
is fine.
gosh. Okay, next. Julia K. Bain. What are your thoughts on age gap relationships? I'm currently in an age gap relationship that's quite a large age gap. So
What is it?
22-34.
Oh, okay. 10 years.
22-34.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ish.
What about you?
That's okay. I mean, I always thought I would end up marrying someone way older than me. I really always I always say, if you want to hear God laugh, tell him your plans, right? So never really. My first whatever. No. I don't think it's that bad, but
There
it's
can
kind
be.
of pervy. Like the older guys probably like kind of pervy.
Yeah,
too,
it
but
just. I think it depends. I
whatever.
think it's situational.
Yeah,
like
it is. I'm not against
like
it.
that movie, he's just not that into you. There's rules and there are exceptions to the rule. But
Right.
everybody thinks they're an exception to the rule.
Yeah.
Like I could be thinking that.
Like
but
there are stereotypes and statistics for a reason. I actually tweeted that this morning
Exactly.
too.
Like, when I see like a 50-something-year-old
Yeah.
guy who's with a 20-something-year-old girl, I'm gonna give it like a little second look.
Yeah.
And a lot of girls out here in LA do that just for like sport.
for
It's
sport,
like hobby.
and so do the guys.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I mean, typically it's not something that's serious.
No, but
Yeah.
if that's what the
Yeah.
choice you're gonna make, then it's the choice you're gonna make. Next one, charitable giraffe. How long should two people date before marriage becomes a serious question? What's your timeline?
I know. I'm like TikTok, okay? Like TikTok. Why are we dating? Like, no, we are dating to marry. We need to talk about rings at literally. If we're not talking about rings at 6 months, okay. I'm not talking if you're like young, like 20s, okay, mid 20s, fine. You can date longer.
Fair point.
But like if you're like they're over 30, what are you wasting your time for? Like, don't waste your time anymore. Add a year if you're not engaged with a date. I'm not talking about a ring, because I had a ring, whatever, my first marriage, I had a ring. It didn't mean crap. Like, there was no date. You have to have a ring and a date, okay? Add a year, or you've wasted a year.
Oh yeah,
And stop being that person that you waste a year. What's that TikTok where like, there's like, oh, I wasted a year. I miss waste a year.
I haven't seen that.
It's so true. Girls, they date for a year and then the relationship ends. And it's
What a
because
waste
of
of
this.
time.
Like at 6 months, if you don't see progression, like leave.
Yes, and there are so many men who will just like give you the little ring and be like, okay, in 3 years from now or whatever.
Don't do
and then
it.
you
You
just
need
sit
a
there,
date.
You need a date.
I'm not kidding. Like, it's actually a thing.
And at a certain point, especially for women, with the clock ticking or whatever, it becomes
Yeah.
disrespectful. It becomes disrespectful on the man's part.
My time was so wasted. I need to have a child like now. You know what I mean? With my first husband, sorry, I keep hitting this.
No, you're good.
My time was so wasted with my first.
Was there like a kid's conversation? Was that something that ever happened?
Yeah, of course. But it was like, oh yeah, no, if you would be different, if you would be, it's BS. It's a string along thing.
The disrespect.
Yeah, it's bad.
Ugh,
Don't do that to women.
Don't do it.
Up.
From Destiny Ariana, do you think the emergence of online dating has created cowardly men?
I think men nowadays are just generally beta cowardly.
I was going to say, I think there's so many things.
Weak.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
We lead very comfortable lives.
Yeah, very spoiled.
Yes, very, very spoiled. Modern day feminism hasn't helped make men any more masculine.
That too. Because they don't know, like, can I give them a compliment? Can I kiss them? Like, am I going to get in trouble?
Right.
God, it's so
the whole
sick.
Me Too movement.
It's so sick.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure online dating apps don't help that at all.
Because all they got to do is swipe. They don't have to go and approach a woman anymore. It's so easy for them to just...
Yeah, I've seen videos of guys that just...
Yeah.
all the time, all day long. And yeah, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's way more women on the dating apps than there are men. So it's just like, you could be a pretty average normal dude and have like 100 women.
I bet. Oh yeah.
100 women. I think Jordan Peterson said like the 80% of women are going for like 20% of men.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
So they have like hundreds of
Yeah, it evens out. I think, the guys swipe right like 90% more than the girls will, swipe right. They almost never. They're much more selective. Guys are like...
Wow.
Guys are like, can I get in there?
Thing or whatever, the Instagram was like this. You catch them doing that.
Yeah. Taylor, any
don't even care.
Any notes on cowardly men?
I mean, you guys, everything you're saying is basically it. The culture.
Girl, we got it.
Yeah.
We've got it unlocked.
But yeah, I mean, the culture has just made guys betas, and the dating apps give you an excuse not to have to go, like you're saying.
If a girl out there has an alpha, seriously, treat him right and lock him down. Because it's hard to find them nowadays, really.
Cook, clean, take care of him when he comes home from work. Because they are... It's like having a 1%er.
It is. It's hard nowadays. I like literally thank God so much. The story with my new husband is kind of a crazy story. How we met, it's amazing. But like I'm so thankful to God that I found him, because it's like everything that I wanted.
Can you share some of it? Like,
no, it's fine.
Yeah.
It was funny. I don't have a Facebook page with my face on it because I'm online and I don't want people to know my Facebook page. So I have a fake Facebook page with like a picture of a guy on it. And I was in a group, like a political group on Facebook, and I had a guy on there. And so I was like, I saw this guy on there who was posting like stuff that I would say, like actually stuff that I would say. I was like, who is this? And how is he like so smart and like sitting like so many, it's big balls, you know what I mean? Like, how is he, whatever. So I was like, how am I going to reach out to him? I have a guy profile photo. So I ended up reaching out and I was like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And whatever. I was like, you live in the same area? And he's like, yeah, bro, or whatever. He thought I was a guy. And so I he's like, yeah, I was like, we should, hang out, do whatever. I didn't know how I was going to spin it to like let him know it was a girl.
Right.
The conversation ended. A couple months later, I was like, I have to talk to him. I have to get him to know I'm a girl. I can't get over this guy. So I reached out to him again. I was like, by the way, I'm a girl. And here's my photo. And I sent him, he's like, what? He's like, well, do you want to meet for drinks? So we met for drinks. And it was like crazy that we met on this LA.
That is awesome.
Like, political group. And yeah, it was really cool.
Oh, that's so great.
And I didn't like him. I didn't really like him the first time we met, but you always have to, people say you should go on 3 dates to actually get to know them and to see. And thank God I did that.
Yes.
And don't X them out right away. Give them a chance, because everyone's nervous on the first date, whatever.
Yeah, people can grow on you.
Yeah,
totally. What a cool story.
It's weird.
Yeah. Especially with politics being like the most important thing with your deal breakers. Yeah,
it was. So, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, lucky guy.
Yeah, he's very sweet.
From Vandy K. Chase here. How do I get a girl to look beyond my physical appearance, i.e. being fat?
This is a guy asking?
This is a guy.
How fat are you?
I
mean, I don't really mind. Guys get away with being fat more than girls.
Oh, 100%.
Like, guys don't look bad fat.
No.
Like, there are fat guys who I think are attractive.
And there's so much more physicality to being a woman that men are attracted to. And that's like more I think, a part of the pie when it comes to their attraction. So for men, I don't know.
I think a big guy is hotter than like a really skinny guy, personally.
Yeah, everybody has like.
Yeah, I think that unless you're like whatever, are you like 600-pound life? Like, if that's the case, then go to doctor now. Get the stomach staple.
Is Oxygen doing a TV show on you? And if not, then you should be
You
totally
should be
fine.
I think no.
Girls are so much more forgiving when it comes to looks, just across the board.
It's true. Oh yeah.
Everything.
Yep.
So yeah, I doubt that it's being fat. But anyways.
Yeah,
I think you guys are going too soft on this dude.
Really? You think like just lose weight?
Why, you have a photo of him?
Maybe. No, I don't, but come on.
You think? Well, I mean, like,
you shouldn't be asking it's not on the girls to look past your appearance. If you're insecure about it, then lose the weight. You're a man.
Well, I agree.
Just get it done. Anyway.
Fair enough point. There is something to this question of like, you're assuming that girls are making a judgment based on your physical appearance. So maybe it is just this internal thing that you just need to work on and get fit, and you won't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah.
It won't be a question.
Up to you. You're the only one who can do it for yourself. So.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that in a later video. We're going to go through some fat acceptance and fat phobia TikToks with Alex later. Okay. I think that was actually our last question. Cool. So overall, date with intention, guys. And just work to make yourself a better person who's like independent, has their own life, and probably somebody will be attracted to that, and that somebody will be on their own journey. Yeah. Any final tips and tricks?
Yeah, basically, like with the dating thing, like I really worked hard and sought out like what I wanted. I knew that like having someone in the same political realm was important to me. So I was like, how am I going to meet this kind of guy in LA? Mm-hmm. I thought, okay, there's groups on Facebook. I'm going to go look around. And like, it's just weird because I knew it was really going to be hard for me in like a liberal city to find someone with the same beliefs as me. But I did that, and I put myself out there in the weirdest way and made it happen. I'm like that in life though, where I just make it happen for myself.
And it
only depends on you. And look, I found like the guy for me who is perfect for me. So,
that's amazing.
Yeah. I talk about that on my YouTube channel too.
Yes, and what's your YouTube channel for so everybody knows that?
HRH Collection.
HRH Collection. You can find her everywhere. HRH Collection. Yeah. Alex, thank you so much for giving people dating advice today.
Yes, thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's a little different than our normal political content. Please like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time we post a new video and every single time we go live. That's at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can check out this podcast on Google Play, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review because the leftists like to leave us 1-star reviews.
Oh, of course they do.
Of course they do.
They have all the time in the world. They don't do shit.
Yeah.
They don't work.
And leave a comment down below. What is your dating life looking like right now? Have you found the love of your life? Are you currently dating? Are you single? What are things looking like? Start some conversations down below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.
Yay.